Hey guys, Stace here with your weekly XStream video update. I'm pretty excited about what we're seeing happening at XStream. This is week number 4 of our Know, Grow, Flow, Go series. We've been talking about the 4 chairs of discipleship, and each week we've talked about a different stage in the discipleship process, starting with the unbeliever and ultimately ending up in the chair number 4, the chair of the disciple maker. It's been our call to sort of replicate the teaching, the life of Jesus, the ministry of Jesus, and we're walking students through the whole process of what it means to go from being an unbeliever to being a believer, to being a worker, to being a disciple maker. I get to do the talk this week, and I'm excited about that because I'm going to challenge your students to bear fruit, to have their lives so entwined with the life of Jesus that their lives bear fruit for the gospel, for the kingdom. So I'm going to give you some discussion questions at the end of this email, because really in this whole process, it's not the role of the youth pastor, not the role of the youth ministry to be the discipler of your children. It's your role, mom and dad. It's your call. It's your job. God gave you those children so that you can raise them to know Christ and to be His followers. That's my responsibility for all of my kids, and it's not easy. I know that. I know that their life gets in the way of doing the things that you think are really important. But I want to encourage you, and I want to challenge you, and I want to help. So I'm going to send you some questions that you can ask to sort of walk through this series. Now, it goes back to the sermon that I preached about a month ago now at Harvest Fields about the 4 chairs of discipleship. Each week we've taken a different chair and talked about that. So you can walk through these questions with your kids and ask them where they're growing. How are they doing in terms of their own spiritual progression? And it'll give them a chance to ask you some of those questions too. I think that's really important, is that they hear your story. I tell you this all the time, but your voice is the most important voice that they can hear in terms of their spiritual development. So dive into that and make good use of these questions. That's what we're doing this week at XStream. Next week is Metro Worship. It's one of the highlights of the month. I love getting together with other youth groups from around town to do a night of prayer and a night of worship, and that's really all it is. You're welcome to come. In fact, I'd love for you to come and hang out with us any night that you want to. You don't need an invitation. You can see in the picture below, the last few weeks we've been pretty full on Wednesday nights, which is exciting. We may have to start thinking about how do we create some space and maybe shift some things around. But anyway, we're going to be at Grace Prep / Stepping Stones / Center Church this week. They meet on Science Park Road. For Metro, next week, sorry, not this week, next week, the first Wednesday of every month. It's from 7 to 8:30. So we'll give you more information about that, but there's a link to the directions there. I think that's all I've got for you. But listen, I love what I see happening in our students. I don't remember another month where we saw 14 students come to faith. I don't remember another month where we've seen as much spiritual growth as what we're seeing right now. So I'm praising God for that. And if you're praying, keep it up. If you're not praying, you better get into it, because this has been already, the first month has been different than any other month that I can remember at XStream. So thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving kids and loving Jesus. And I believe in you. I love your guts, and I'll talk to you later.